You know, when normal people write their New Year's resolutions and their reflections, nobody pays attention. But when Sam Altman does, founder of OpenAI, everybody does. So he wrote his New Year's reflections. I read through them for you. Long story short, Sam sees artificial general intelligence this year in 2025. And specifically, he named the format he thinks it will take, which I think is important. He hasn't said that publicly before. He says it's going to look like AI agents that are colleagues in Slack, AI agents that are colleagues at work that you can partner with to get jobs done. That's it. That's what he defined as important enough. And he thinks that they will do good enough work that companies will pay for them. Now, if I were to guess, he did not say this, but if I were to guess, I would say typically that's going to get priced in about 10% of the equivalent employee salary. And before everyone says, well, that's the end of jobs as we know it, I don't think so, because these agents by definition can't do the work of an organization yet. And so they do need humans around them, above them, below them, et cetera. And so I think what we're going to see is just some new AI colleagues. And that's what it's going to look like. And it will actually be fairly minimal disruption in the short term. At the same time, Sam Altman shared something else that's interesting. He thinks that the focus of the entire business is going to shift from, on the one hand, running these sort of generally intelligent agents as a product, maybe running ChatGPT as a product with one half of the business. And then the other half is going to go back to what OpenAI has traditionally focused on, which is research, and specifically research towards superintelligence. And this is something that over the holiday break, various OpenAI associated, affiliated, working at kind of people were saying, we see something, we think that superintelligence is near. This is sort of Sam's way of saying he sees a path to superintelligence. And typically superintelligence has been defined as an AI that can do the work of an entire organization, not just one person. But interestingly enough, when Sam talked about it in his reflections, that wasn't the definition he focused on. He might not disagree with it, but what he focused on was the power of superintelligence to accelerate scientific research. And I think he's really excited because he sees some of our biggest, hardest problems as a species as something that superintelligence could help us solve. So the classic one is aging. What if superintelligence could find a solution for aging, and then we wouldn't have to age and die? Right? Like that's as old as like humanity's quest to avoid death, right? Like that's not new. But Sam is thinking that superintelligence might be able to help with that. There's a bunch of other ones, right? Like long unsolved diseases, quote unquote, the cure for cancer. And so I think what Sam is interested in, and where he hinted that OpenAI is going, is that as they get closer to superintelligence, they're going to pivot more into a scientific research lab and partner more with scientific institutions. I think you saw a hint of that in the holiday announcements when they tipped their cap a few times on a few of those 12 days of OpenAI to scientific institutions and to how they help researchers. I think they want to do that more. I think they want to build closer partnership links. I think they want to do some scientific research themselves. And I think that's something that Sam sees as a long-term legacy for the company. If he can solve some of these big problems with superintelligence, he will feel like the work that he did had some meaning to it. And that's something that in our small way, that's what we all want, right? And it's very appropriate for a New Year's reflection. So there you go. Sam thinks that general intelligence is coming this year. And Sam also thinks that superintelligence is the next big project that OpenAI has. He did not put a timeline on that one, by the way. So we'll see. That, by the way, is my first prediction from 2025 that I got right. I was very pleased with myself. So I was guessing that we were going to get agents like in Slack collaborating with us as colleagues. So I'm going to take one. All the others I could still get wrong, but I'll take one. I put that up on my Substack. It was fun to see that one come right in the first few days of the year. All right. Cheers.